any of you that are watching, but you never know. Maybe you're watching on the replay. And if you are, buenas noches. So we're here today at the RIU Bamboo. And we're going to see how this goes. They're blowing the sand off the pavement, so that could get a little bit noisy. Sorry about that. So yeah, we're here. This is a family-friendly resort. Actually, all of the properties in this area are, except for the Rio Palace Macau, that is adults only. But there are four properties that are all side by side, and you have, if you're staying at the Rio Palace Bavaro, you have exchange privileges here to the Rio Bamboo and the Rio Palace Punta. If you're staying at the Rio Palace Macau, which is adults only, and I should note also that the Rio Palace Bavaro and Rio Palace Macau both are Elite Club properties. But at the moment, the Rio Palace Macau is the one that has access to all the properties. So if you're staying there, you can go to any of these. If you're staying at Rio Bamboo, that's not a palace property, so you just get to come here, but that's okay. And if you're staying at the Rio Palace Punta Cana, you have access to Rio Palace Punta Cana and Rio Palace Bamboo. There's a couple of options. So I'm going to turn the camera around here in a second for this gentleman to pass and show you what it looks like. Right. So over on this side, we've got the buffet, and there is another pool over on that side. I'm not going to walk over there. We're on data today, so we'll see how we go with the connections. But that is just for TUI people. So TUI would primarily be people coming from England, the UK. So there is a separate pool area for them. Otherwise, here at the front, we've got the beach area. There is this really nice boardwalk that goes all the way to Macau, and then it stops. Doesn't quite extend all the way into the Rio Palace Bavaro Resort, unfortunately. Perhaps it's something to come. So this is one of the main pools, and then just behind that, you can see the theater area. And then this is just a little casual area for drinks in the afternoon. It's very pretty, right close to the beach. And we'll take a look at that later on. But we are going to walk over to the Rio Palace Punta Cana, and that's very, very close, just next door. This property is actually really big. I'm going to pull a map out for you in a second and give you a better idea of what we're looking at. So over here, we've got the main lobby. Again, that's the theater area. And then this is another main pool area. And what I like is with the Rios, when it's an adult only, when it's a swim up bar pool, that pool is designated as adults only. So what they've done is they've created a little separation so that the kiddos can be on that side. So in theory, the adults could be over here in the water watching their kids on the other side, swimming and playing and stuff like that. Now there is also a bar on this side. So if the kids want to come for a drink, they can get a non-alcoholic drink over on this side. So that is an option. I'm going to pop over here and I will pull up the map and show you what we're looking at today. All right, so this is the map of the Rio Bamboo property. So as we look forward, that's the beach. So that's of course the beach area here. And this is the front of the resort, but it extends all the way back here. And I have walked this whole area. It's quite a ways. These buildings are generally, I think it's 2-story, maybe 3-story tops. Didn't see any elevators, so something to bear in mind if you want to be in even. Okay. So this over here is the TUI area. So there's a pool there, and then these are the tools that we were just looking at. And so now let me show you the whole complex. So, okay, again, looking at it this way. This is what it does. Okay. So on this side, this is the far side. This is the Rio Palace Bavaro. Interestingly enough, this map's not updated. This used to be the Rio Naiboa, and it is now another section of this villa style accommodations. And that's also where there's a splash world. There's a kiddie splash park over here and another food court. This is the Macau And then this section here is the RIU Bamboo. And then over here is the RIU Palace Punta Cana. So now I'm going to kind of walk through over there, wipe off my feet. All right. So this is a nice area to come and grab a beer. You've got a little bit of separation between it and the pool area, but you can see the ocean. It's quite nice. And then, of course, you've got another buffet over there. So let's walk along here. We'll see how we go with the internet connection. And do let me know lots of loungers. And because they've got a really nice sort of natural foliage with the palm trees, it breezy this past week. So it's been comfortable. It hasn't been extremely, extremely hot, but um, shade is definitely needed at times. There are a few vendors on the beach, depending. They usually start up about 10 o'clock in the morning, a little bit later on a Sunday. But yeah, it's not too aggressive or anything like that. What's really cool is just coming up here. I'm going to show you this is a little sort of market area where they've got some shops, and shockingly, they are reasonably priced. So this is coming up to the edge of, so this is the end of the Rio Bamboo at the beginning of the Rio Palace Punta Cana. I digress. So I want to show you some of these shops. So if you've forgotten town lotion, that kind of thing, I mean, we're talking pretty much standard costs of that. And, and then this is one main thing you can see that there, the uh, but just in the pool. But at least you can get, comfortable fit. See if that's going to be something that you would be interested in or not. And then this one is very traditional style with the classic U-shaped building. I think this was one of the first ones that was built. We'll just get up here. So the gardens are really nice. They're very well manicured. Again, and they're all low rise, right? So when the tallest building is like what, 4 stories, 4 or 5 stories, it's going to be spread out. All right. This is a really nice bar area, just overlooking the beach. Let me get this food. And I want to tell you, if you like spicy food, this is the place for you because very shortly they are going, well, very shortly, I'd say probably in about